Well, we're in save slot 2, which is the correct one. Let's click new run. So, we have a choice. For those of you who knew the old app estate, apparently it's been patched significantly. Not just patched, but fixed significantly since you may have played it. Which is to say... We've already done Weird Hunter, we've done Berserker, Pathfinder, there's play in Pathfinder. Blood Mage, Summoner, and the Necromancer. I'd be interested to do Necromancer at one point. I've done Summoner, have not done Blood Mage, but the one I'm definitely leaning to right now... No, not waiting for the right opening. There we go. Is Sentinel. Best of luck with that, Eagle. Sentinels focus on shooting as many arrows as they can. Their weak statistics can be greatly buffed with thoughtful preparation. So the Sentinel's ability is particularly interesting as well. Not the ability. Collects energy from their used arrows to unleash later as their ultimate ability. No, their passive skill is particularly interesting here. And the passive skill is a Phantom Archer. Anytime you fire a shot, anytime you fire an arrow, I don't know exactly its trigger conditional, but it attacks alongside you for a smaller amount. So it's very much a machine gun kind of build. Like, you want to be firing constantly, rather than what we've done a lot recently, which is just tank up, wait, thump. Whenever you play an arrow or a spirit arrow card. Thank you, Amphids. All right. Difficulty 5, Sentinel. Let's jump on in. By the way, thank you very much, Fisk2, for the Prime subscription. Jerome Oates in chat, and welcome to the Republic. Lots of multi-strikes then? No, the multi-strikes won't re-trigger it. In fact, instead of multi-strikes, we're more likely to go for multi-shot, right? Get a bunch of shots in hand, multi-shot, fire them all off at the same time. The Phantom Archer fires off shots for all of the spirit arrows that we fired off. Whew. I'm keen on it. It would be, multi-hits would be good if it was for each hit on the enemy. But instead of multi-shot, what if you just manually shot? Hey, look, I can be convinced to go any which way based on what actually ends up working. I think there is a multi-shot in the base deck for this character. So it's not going to be too hard to push in that direction. The character you picked is probably my fave from all the roster. I'm glad to hear it. I have played, I want to say, like 2 fights as this character. That's about it. Lost Schizo, thank you very much for the Prime subscription with the 8th month. Says, Wood, live, catch, and grail to boot. Good day to you, sir. Good day right back at you, Lost Schizo. Ooh, let that scene initialize here. All right. There are 2 extra weird candles rather, as well as our healing pot ion. Oh, yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I deserved what I got, and I got what I deserved. I can probably get something from the scientist over here. Have the ability to buy... honestly, I should probably just buy a single 40 and just, like, focus on upgrading one specific thing. Or 2 specific things at the same time. Yeah. Simplifies the face of things, but also it means that those items are deeply, deeply powerful and kind of concentrated in being so.
Back already.
Do I need... Wait, there's no way I've got enough card scraps to do anything here, right? Oh. Sadly. Oh, that's really sad as well. I would have bought both of those. I probably would have bought one of those and then gotten a quest. To be honest.
She looks... You did a...
Hello, seamstress. I delivered the gown.
Before you have a chance to finish, the seamstress cuts in.
I know. And at the same time, you've made a powerful ally.
I've met her, and I'll meet her again to help her as she gives birth.
She exhales a sigh of relief.
But she was content that she doesn't have to worry about my safety anymore, so we're good for the time being.
We road tendons completed, NPC saved, special card unlocked. Increase my weirdstone gain by 10%. Nah, not really. Like, that is the meta resource exclusively for the Lost Soul, and I don't really care about any more of the Lost Souls upgrades. Like, I can get an extra full heal over the course of the run, an extra in stock, or upgrade the healing mixture. Like, it's fine. Maybe much later on in the difficulty levels will I start to care about that more. For the moment, though, I need to care about very precious little. Although maybe I should care a little bit about my meta deck. Let's have a look at it. Our meta deck has 4 copies of Shot, 0 cost to deal 100 damage, 100% damage rather. Smoke Shot for stunning the enemy, increasing their armor. Arrow Bags for 3 ult charge as well as 1 energy to draw 2 arrows. Phantom's Aid, which is the ability, draws the Shadow Shot card. The Shadow Shot card is deal 1 hit for 100% damage and reduce the enemy's armor by 10 until the end of combat. That's available every single turn. And then we have the Maneuver. We've got Bow Draw, gain 25% damage for 3 turns, upgrades to, or rather switches to, hold a bow. This turn, gain 100% damage, lose 25 armor for 3 turns. We've seen that before. Release. Here we see a multi-shot. A multi-shot uses all arrow and spirit arrow cards in hand, modifies their damage by the shown percentage. If empty, they deal 100% damage. And then Arrow Storm as well. Just an upgraded version of it on the other side. We've seen Feints and Unbreakable Feints, so I'm not going to go through those. Okay, my loop probably starts up here. Yeah, 2 cost is just very, very expensive in this game at the start. Prohibitively so, I would say. Okay, well... Enemy doesn't want to attack us, so we do have our Sentinel ultimate ability here as well. Deals 0 hits for 2 to 3 to random enemies. Each ultimate charge equates to a hit, but it charges by playing arrows or spirit arrow cards. And then we have Agile Movement, which is already based with all archers, so we don't have to worry about that. And Phantom, whenever you play an arrow, your Phantom will attack the same target, dealing 1 additional hit for 3 to 5. Let's get the Phantom's Aid. I probably should have done the bow draw first. I'm not going to Smoke Shot because increasing the enemy's armor is just going to make it harder to kill them on following turns. Yeah. Shot. Shot. And Chaser. Just to finish off with. Pick up our first level and... Ooh. Agile Draft draws 2 arrows. Close Quarters Combat. Same cost. So apparently Agile Draft is apparently supposed to cost 0 but have 4 ult charge as its cost. But it doesn't, so there's no real reason to ever pick this. As you can see next to it, something that does the same thing and also 30 armor. And then there's also Overdraw, gain 100% damage this turn, upgrades to gain 200% damage this turn. I mean, actually, gaining a percentage of damage for this turn is particularly good for this character because you intend to actually fire a lot of cards off. So things that would only increase your damage for your next shot are far less valuable for this character. I could easily see myself taking Overdraw here. In fact, I may. Close Quarters Combat. Draw 2, gain 30 armor. I mean, it's nice. Taking Overdraw. Oh my god. Swift Draw. Each turn, draw an additional arrow. Rupturing Shot. Oh, so, not air. Oh my god, incredible. Rupturing Shot. Each hit has a 10% chance to reduce enemy's armor by 10. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Terrifying Presence. Each hit dealt by the Phantom reduces the target's armor by 5 until the end of combat. Thank you. I'll be accepting and collecting that one. First time. Yeah, whatever. You go in there. You go in there. That doesn't count the ultimate. I do not need it to count the ultimate. I do not require that of it. All I require is permanent armor removal that I don't need to take any cards that'll do armor removal for me at this point. Just, I can accomplish armor removal and damage through the same mechanism, just joining the two. Okay, do I start with release here? Apparently I do. I also forgot what release did, so oops. Oopsie on that one. These things happen. I thought it was overdraw. That's what happened there. Feints. So I'm being attacked, lose 25 armor if you start a turn with negative armor. Okay, so I'm not going to be starting a turn with negative armor. I'm not going to be able to pick this Holdawell up specifically. Phantom's Aid. Overdraw. Ain't. And then just... Oh, I accidentally used a weird candle. I was trying to do what I'd been doing in Vault of the Void recently and use the keys for casting, but that was a weird candle, not a spirit shot. Nice. Okay. I mean, leftmost target isn't really that threatening. Draw an extra card next turn. Not bad. I think I'm just gonna go for maximum arrow. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna be leaving you alive as well. Unless... Yeah, that's fine. We've got the barrier for it, so actually we'll stop the buff instead. Yeah, I should be using the wooden flute most combats. That is a good point, well made. I mean, you know, if I'm gonna be taking damage. Or if it would prevent me from having to do something to prevent damage that I otherwise would have taken. Man, that was a real long bow to draw to try and answer that there. That was not effectively communicated, Raps. Excuse me. Fine, use this to kill you. Think I'm scared? Alright, just start lowering your armor. Excuse me? You got... Hang on. The Mindbender just got shot 2 times by the Phantom. Each hit dealt by the Phantom. Oh, okay. So what happened here is the enemy actually had much more than 75 armor, but 75 is the shown cap. It's also the mechanical cap. But they can have behind that like 500 armor, and then you'd have to remove 426 to actually see any impact. That makes sense. I'm gonna get rid of the expensive Arrow Storm. Yeah. If I have no armor, I'm always protected. Get him. And one more get him. What do you got for us, bud? Infinite training. Duplicate the next card played. Duplicate the next card played. Next hit deals 50% more damage. Upgrade is exhaustive preparation, or rather the swap is exhaustive. Downward spiral. Duplicate the next card played. Next hit deals 200% damage. No, just too expensive, really, for us. We also have the Bolus Shot, deals a single hit for 50% damage and stuns the enemy. Really good. Or Upshot, deals a single hit for 400% damage. Next turn, lose an energy. I don't think I want individual shots that do a lot as much as I want many shots that do a little. I'm leaning Bolus Shot here, and I'll be taking it. Cracked Gar, increase our damage by 2. We intend to hit the enemies as many times as possible. 1 hit to all enemies for 5 damage. Yeah, that's not as relevant. Yeah, we intend to hit the enemy as many times as possible, so increasing our base damage is really, really effective here for us. All Mother's Altar. We'll see. We'll see. We'll leave that here. Treasure Guardian. It's too early for the Treasure Guardian, isn't it? That'd be greedy. That'd be greedy. That'd be greedy. That's too greedy for me. At least right now. I'm definitely going to do it ultimately. It's just, you know, not necessarily right now. Multi-shot random enemies. Don't really want a multi-shot with smoke shot in hand. Base damage doesn't really care about whether you do many hits or big hits. It's just good damage scaling either way. So it's not that base damage is not good scaling for one or the other. It's just that buffing your next attack is way worse for a multi-hit kind of thing. Whereas buffing your base damage is always good for that. It's like a permanent 10% extra damage or 20% extra damage or something like that. I want to get the Abomination down, but... Wouldn't Smoke Shot be played last? Like, is that guaranteed that it gets played last? From multi-shots? Let's Unbreakably Faint. It's right to left, if I recall correctly. All right, let's check it out. I want to see it. I really couldn't see a resolution order there. So it may well have done, and I just wouldn't know. Oh, yikes. Unbreakable Feints is very, very little defense for us this turn. Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty much in the realm of just taking damage this turn. Let's see if I can avoid it at all. I can avoid the damage on that side, not on the other side though. We'll Wooden Flute to reduce it. There's another Arrow Storm in hand too. Probably shouldn't pop this one, though. Okay. It does look like the lowering is occurring consistently now. So just missed that one trigger, weirdly. Phantom's Aid. Into... I guess I'll upgrade Overdraw. Furious Overdraw is just far better than it. Nice. Blood Candle and a Human Liver. I like the Blood Candles. Actually, quite a lot. They are probably one of the most effective items in my mind. I may want to leave this here for healing later as well. Gosh, I'm leaving a lot of value over this side of the map. Training grounds with the pack of enemies in front. I also want to come back to the training grounds when I can actually fight the ogre. Because maybe, I don't know, maybe I get some really, really good buffs over the course of this floor and I can fight that ogre later. 10% damage this turn, I'll lose 50 armor next turn. Losing 50 armor next turn is pretty bad. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the best play might be the undefended play. 1, 2. Gain the extra 10% as well, just to not lose the armor next turn. And then I'd look to attack left. See if I can take you out. Nice. I'm not going to be able to take you out, but I guess I theoretically could take the healer. Yeah. Bye. Take 2 damage on the first turn. Isn't negative armor good for this class? Negative armor can be good for this class. So I'd start next turn with negative 50. I've got the base of 5. So I'd start with negative 45, 22. 22 barrier I go into the next turn with. Yeah, honestly, it totally would have been fine. As long as the negative armor occurred before the start of the next turn. Welcome on in, Dragon Soul. Good to see you, Humble Knight, as well. We are playing the Sentinel. It is the ranged class that wants to fire as often as you can possibly get it to. It'll do all the damage you let it. Fine, get stunned. This Phantom is aid. So I should probably draw as well. Oh. We'll aloe back and go for the kill. I don't need to play with my food on that one. Throwing knife for 100% damage. You go into my active items to possibly use. Thank you. Oh my god, Pebble Throw's there. Oh, culling. All right. Finishing touches. Draw a finishing shot. The finishing shot is a 0 shot that deals 1 hit for a 200% damage. Spirit arrows burn themselves out of your deck on play. So this isn't just introducing a spirit arrow into the rest of your draw pile, which would make it a lot better, actually. I don't think we need that here. Pebble Throw. A 1-cost maneuver stuns an enemy and reduces its armor by 25% until the 25 rather than not percent. Sorry, I keep dropping a percent when they do not need to be there. I'm just gonna drop the percents entirely. I'm just gonna say 100, and attack for 100 is 100% damage. We're just gonna have to. It's just sanding off an edge that is spiking me occasionally in the brain space. Pebble Throw. Stun an enemy and reduce its armor by 25 until the end of combat. Upgrades to reduce all enemies' damage by 50% for 2 turns. It's great. It's good. Spirit arrows also disappear after discard, if I recall correctly. Yeah, I definitely imagine they would, right? The Culling. Multi-shot random enemies for 100% damage. Let's hope Culling 2 is better than Culling 2 was. It is Cleanup. Deals 3 hits for 50% to random enemies. Yeah. This one's kind of appealing. Not so much. I don't want to put too many cards in my deck that aren't arrows. But Pebble Throw works its way in here, definitely. In the first of combat, gain 50 armor. We already have a rune that does this. That's so super not necessary for us for there. Quiver of Plenty. Start every combat with 2 ultimate charge. Doesn't actually sound that bad. I haven't used the ultimate charge at all yet, but if this gets us to using our ultimate a turn early than it otherwise would have, it could end up saving us a decent amount of HP over the course of the run. And then there's Critical Hit, which I'm actually leaning this way, I think. Each hit has a 10% chance to deal 50% more damage. Quiver of Plenty is really good for another reason. The ability to cast your things that require ultimate charge earlier on. That is true. Making your quivers early. That is a really good point, well made. All right, let's do it. Cracked Calc. The first time in combat, draw an additional card. Years. Let's actually get another weapon slot in, or another rune slot in the weapon here, hopefully this time. Not talking to the training grounds. I'm coming back to you when I have the ability to kill an ogre. There's a cost behind that. Okay. Tainted Force, losing energy next turn, or reduce the damage of all enemies this turn. I'm honestly okay, probably, with losing the energy next turn. Oh my god, I might actually have lethals. That. Phantom's Aid. Hold a bow. I'm going for it. Wait, I'm not gonna have lethal on both of them. I thought I had one more energy and I was gonna be able to cast Bowler Shot, but I think I was thinking of this as Stunning Shot. Oh, dear. There you go. Murder that one. And you. Play a Wooden Flute. I'll take 1 damage. Just 1 damage things. There we go. I'll use the ult before the end of the battle. It's a pretty weak one without powering it up at all. Cracked Stan. Reduce the armor of all enemies by 10. Look, I like that I'm getting a broad toolkit there with the runestones, but I would like something more specific.
Good seeing you. Are you out on a stroll, perhaps, kind traveler? I'm joking. I am. On a stroll, actually. Here, take a look at what I found here. Can't reach it, though. You know, having no physical body and so on.
So in the terminus of this quest, he just appears and gives you things occasionally. Eh, it's kind of weak. Like 10 Weirdstone. Like, by the time you finish the quest for that, 10 Weirdstone doesn't matter at all. It's so inconsequential as to not really be worth anything. Seeking Traveler. Wait a second. Is this the guy who gives us wealth? Oh. Okay, if this is the guy who gives us wealth, then we have the All-Mother's altar on this floor as well. If I go to the All-Mother's altar and forsake the altar, the Seeking Traveler is the one that gives you wealth, right? The passive that gives you wealth. We'll find out. We're about to... We'll see. We'll see. But if he is, then I'll go to the altar and I'll loot that for 1,000 gold, and then I'll go and pay for a curse removal from the seamstress for 750. Nope, it's not. Okay, that's fine. I don't need to be happy, I guess. What are we gonna do about these enemies? Tainted Force, create 20 barrier on all enemies, or lose 25% of my current HP. Yikes. It also costs most of our turn. Yeah, it's not a good amount of my turn to ask for, though, is the thing. I think I may actually take the 25% HP loss. Lose what, 15 HP here? Ugh. It's not like I'm short of healing options. Gosh. Yeah, I think I will. So that is Shadow into Bolus into Smoke Shot on you. Nice, starting to load that armor. Doesn't that wealth bonus only apply to combat rewards? It's to specifically non-combat. Alright, Phantom's Aid. That leftmost target is looming large in my mind right now. Uh-oh. Let's pop Fates and Unbreakable Fates. That'll fully protect us against the left, so sure, let's kill this midline target. There we go. And then keep working the armor off of you. Phantom's Aid's back in the pool. Use Bow Draw because it's really hard to use that otherwise. Basically needs a turn as slow as this one to be used. Furious into Phantom into Shot. Okay, good. We're actually finally dealing damage to you. I was worried. Because last turn we still managed not to. We'll also slip one of the Unbreakables back to Faint. You should be able to kill this turn, right? Yeah. That'll do it. Right? Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. Hola, Hito. Good to see you. Got a blood candle. Cracked Stan. Okay, so we are Two different ways away from a second level runestone. What's up, traveler?
This is a familiar face. You've met him before, but something has changed since then. He sits on a stone with slumped shoulders, and his head droops over a fading weird candle.
You again. Be gone. Don't tempt me to resume my search. I haven't found them. There's nothing but madness around us. I'm too tired to go on.
You need to proceed with your journey.
You tell him about your meeting with the witch. He looks at you with desperation and confusion on his face. Then, although you don't know why, you hear your voice changing.
I'm here, and I see you, friend.
It's the witch speaking through you.
What? What's going on?
I know what you've been looking for. I know that you didn't find it. And I know that it's lost forever.
The man buries his face in his hands.
They're gone. You're alone now. But that doesn't mean that you have to be lonely forever.
He gazes up at you as if you must be his savior. You have no idea what's happening, much less what to say. You can muster only a few paltry platitudes, sounding a bit like...
Man, these all really sound paltry, don't they? At least you're alive? Yeah, enjoy your survivor's guilt, bud. You'll definitely find someone else, trivializing them. Making it all about you. Maybe that's how it was meant to be. God, I hate that. Something bad happening. Oh, but it's probably just meant to be. Oh, it works in mysterious ways. Yeah, right. God, if you can only be, like, a garbage friend in this position, I guess we'll be as little garbage as I think I can be. You'll definitely find someone else.
Even though you realize that these words wouldn't comfort anyone in ordinary circumstances, the man does seem a little bit happier. Suddenly, he begins disintegrating into a cloud of weirdness.
The bottle.
Before the witch's voice stops ringing in your ears, you realize you've already taken out the empty bottle she gave you. You've been wandering through the weirdness so long that it doesn't even surprise you when the cloud of smoke flows into the bottle.
Now get back to me.
Oh no. Okay, I'm going to quickly pop a healing mixture before this. I can't get back to the quest line if I ask her to help first, right?
Yes,
back if
yes,
you want
I
it.
can see that you're back. And I'm delighted to be sure that you're actually real. But we'll get back to that. Now let's get back to the poor soul trapped in that vessel.
She gently takes the artifact out of your hands and chants something over it. You can feel the weirdness becoming thicker. Then you hear a voice. It doesn't belong to a human.
Easy. Don't be afraid. Come over. I promised you wouldn't be lonely anymore.
Her voice is gentle. It's as if she's trying not to scare something away.
Here, you won't find what you're looking for. But I found you a new home. A new master.
You hear something running towards you.
Oh.
Here, meet your new friend.
The wolf stops by your feet and demands cuddles.
You know what? Don't explain it to me. So this man was a Reggie the whole time?
He might well have been a wolf way back in the past. Then when he got lost, or lost what was dearest to him, he became a purpose. And this purpose was given a different shape by the witness. And now that he's found a new family, he's finally back to a more suitable self. Congratulations. You saved a soul.
She claps.
But this is my time to leave. Find me again and we'll talk about visiting the village. You see? I remembered.
I'm glad you did. Achievement unlocked, Woolsey. You are kidding. I'm turning the light on for that one. No, I'm turning the light back on. Okay. Only full light for my lord. Oh, come on. It's perfect. In every way. The thing that I think I love the most about, you know, being able to pet dogs being included in so many games as a result of the Can You Bet the Doggo Twitter is when it turns up in games that I do not expect it in. It's remarkable. It's mind-blowing. It's just such a lovely breath of fresh air. Oh my god. Come along. Oh, and he does! Confident Priestess over there. Candlemaker's over the other side. Hey, what's up, Candlemaker? I'm gonna pat you one more time before we go into battle. For good luck. Thank you very much, Sal, for giving the foreshadowing without any spoil for it. Oh, man. Whoa! Summon the dog. It looks so lonely when you leave it outside the battlefield. Summon the doggy companion ability. Boom. Obviously, every single turn. Turn 1. Your faithful companion is a little special. He's dealing 4 damage to an enemy. They're doing some AoE. Okay, you're trying to do AoE damage, which means you need to be stunned or killed this turn. No damage for my dog. Excuse me? By the way, you can pet the dog in every run. He's a permanent upgrade. Perfect. Well, we know what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the known time of the universe. It's fine. Except AoE Doggo doesn't get targeted by enemies. Are you sure? Because he just seemed to have been. Maybe he was targeted directly, but... No, it was an AoE. Okay. Pet the dog to boost its stats and to make it happy. Oh, okay, so every single turn I have the ability to pet it. Oh, why did you have to survive that hit? Come on. That's just rude. Tainted Force. Reduce the armor of all enemy. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Hit you with one of those and then stun you. Yeah, I'm not going to bother about the second stun there, I think. Pet the dog is available again. We might now just be a dog deck, is the thing about that, though. That might just be who we are. Perfect. Barrier of the armor. And then I'd be looking for... If I increase my damage, does the ultimate ability increase its? So if I went to 200% damage, does this now deal 10 to 16? Yes, it does. Okay, cool. Just good information to have, not necessarily going to utilize it instantly. Nice work, doggo. Again. I kind of want to just pet him until I see what the highest level is, if there is one. Otherwise, I kind of just want to pet him until the death of the universe. And even that will not have been long enough. It's been a while since I've seen a dog in real life. Forget the game. My attention is firmly planted on his tail, swishing back and forth. Correctly located attention right there, friend. It's infinite. He doesn't scale well, but has no cap on damage. Okay. That makes sense, to be fair. That makes sense. Yeah, I want to see this happen. Arrow Storm. Okay. And then Sentinel. Cool. The ult is good. As it turns out, good ult. Wait a second, that's an upgraded tier right there. The first 2 turns of combat gain 75 armor. Love it. Confident Priestess, what do you got?
It's you. It's good to see you. How does the road treat you, friend? Is there anything I can help with?
Take the healing potions or learn a secret spell. Let's learn a secret spell. Allmother's Blessing to create 100 barrier. That might be the kind of thing that enables us to take the other quests that we previously weren't able to. The quest I'm talking about being the ogre in the training grounds. Well, it's not... I guess that was a quest line part. Technically? Wait a second. It's just the Cursed Healer, yeah. I guess I'll fight this just for experience, but... Sadly, they patched the bug where duplicating Summon Dog let you permanently get additional Pet the Dog cards. Damn, that would have been good. Okay. So we probably multi-shot this turn. Yes. Yeah, we should. So it'd be Phantom's Aid, and then release. Get him. Does mean we don't summon the dog on turn 1. It's an ability card, so we get to hold it over to the second turn. That card is bad because you lose barrier on this class? What card? You mean the Unbreakable Feints that give you a giant amount of block for this turn that aren't available in other classes that don't have agile movement, which you lose barrier as a result of? That card that is only available in this class is bad in this class. And then Phantom. We'll be able to kill him. Allmother's Blessing? Yeah. True. My apologies for misunderstanding you. My misrepresentation of your point made it a lot less sensible than it necessarily was in the interim. In the actual instance. I apologize for that. Assumption on my part. It may end up synergizing with... Oh, gosh. I could use it this turn for actually some defense. Unless you deal 7. 9, of course. Let's get Overdraw to the other side. Leave Hold a Bow where it is. Gosh, all of our... enemy just refused to die there for a second. What I'm going to want then is... especially because I have the second level of tier already, maybe I want one of the buffs that is like, you know, for every barrier you lose, buff your next hit. I just don't really want individual hit buffs. Oh, this is difficult. This is difficult. Okay. Corrosive Weaponry. Draw 2 Toxic Shots. What's a Toxic Shot? Toxic Shot. 0 cost Spirit Arrow, deals 1 hit for 50% damage and reduces the armor by 50. Until the end of combat. Corrosive Rainfall. 4 Toxic Shots. Costs 2 energy and 6 charges to get. 4 Toxic Shots. That's negative 200 armor on a target until the end of combat. A little easier for us to cast on the second turn as well because of the fact that we got the extra ultimate charge at the start. And then Bombardment, multi-shot random enemies for plus 0% damage. Damage is increased by 10% for each arrow in hand. Upgrades to a different Vicious Bomb. Wow, if I want a multi-shot in this deck, it would be one of these. 2 energy though. It's 2 energy for 4 shots, which is a lot. It's a huge amount. I want corrosive and I want bombardment. Bombardment's at its best when it's playing non-zero cost attacks though. I'm taking corrosive. It's so many. It's so many. Oh my god, it's so many shots though. Accept that. Stan's cracked, isn't he, eh? Let's merge this. Reduce the armor of all enemies by 17. Probably worth more than 2 damage right now. I have no stats to back that up, just feelings and vibes. Just mood.